The difference between a job and a career. So this is probably the most important video, or one of the most important videos I've ever made. Ever. Literally ever. A job is something you do repeatedly, basically slavery. Same motions over and over and over and over again, with no real progress. A career is something that actually matters in society, it matters in life, it matters to your life. It gives you a purpose, it gives you a meaning, and it moves you forwards in life. We need more people in life to work careers and less people to work jobs. Like I said, this is probably one of the most important videos I'll ever make. And I really hope you take this message to heart, because once I started to realize this, I started to realize that how a different world would look if people actually had careers and not jobs. The problem comes where people get complacent and lazy, which to me, I don't even know what those words mean, but apparently people are comfortable living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of their existence, and they're comfortable, they're okay with that. It's absolutely insane to me. If you work a career as opposed to a job, you have more disposable income, you have more money coming in your pockets, and money is the cure to all problems. The more money you have, the better your life is. So the less money you have, the less you can't do anything. I mean, you can barely buy food to eat. You can't do anything fun because you don't have any money. You can't, because everything costs money. Literally everything costs money. So let me explain to you. You have a career. You're making way more money than a job will ever make, because a job is just a job. Anyone can work a job. Anyone can work a job. You can clean things, wipe things off. That's a job. Doesn't matter. A career, something that has a purpose. I highly encourage you to look up job versus career and just it'll give you a list of all the jobs and all the careers. These are things that actually matter in society. We have careers, we have trades, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have firefighters, cops, policemen. The list goes on. Those are just the main ones I'm thinking of right now. But these people matter a lot in society. These are important people. Now, and these people do make a significantly more amount of money than the average person making 50 grand a year. That's the average salary, 50 grand a year. But doctors, they make 6 figures. Nurses, 6 figures. Everything I'm listing here. Now, of course, it's not always going to be 6 figures. I just said it wasn't about the money before, but it is about the money. And let me explain to you both why it isn't about the money. Because, for example, a firefighter starts out at 60 grand a year. But you have a purpose with your life. That's the most important thing. With a job, you have no purpose. There's no mission. There's no, I'm going to get up and solve some problems today. That's not what it is. It's you're waking up, going to some job that doesn't care about you. You're a useless slave is what you are. You're basically a useless slave. And a career is something that actually matters to society, because you learn something new. You help people, you solve problems, you see a lot of things. I talked about firefighting before, 60 grand a year. It's not much, but you get to see a lot. You get to see a lot of traumatic events. You get to deal with a lot of different people. You get to see things that you won't get to see at a job. Now, of course, a job is better than doing nothing. That's how the order goes. The order goes, the order goes homeless, job, career. That's the order. Now, we all start out as homeless, unless, of course, you have a two-parent household that you basically are homeless. If it wasn't for your family, you would be homeless. So we basically all start there. And then we get to a job. You know, this is something you work while you're in high school or college, and you have a job. It's a slavery job. All this is literally doing is money. That's literally the only reason. And see, that's why it's a purpose. And this is why I said it's about money, but it's not. Because let me explain to you something very, very important. If you're working a job just for money, just because you need it, but you hate your job, it's like, but if you didn't have to show up, you wouldn't. It tells you right there. It tells you right there that you should never have been working that job in the first place. Because it's true. There is absolutely no benefit to working a job at all. Absolutely no benefit. It has no benefit to society. It does nothing for you. You work a career, you got a purpose for waking up. You're a firefighter, you have a purpose to save some people's lives. You're a cop, you have a purpose for saving that kidnapper or stopping somebody for speed. You have a purpose. If you have no purpose, you have no life. Let me repeat that. If you have no purpose, you have no life. And I'm going to say it right now. If you have a job, you don't have a purpose. But if you're working towards a career, you do have a purpose. You know, people say, oh, I want to start my own business. I want to start this. Yeah, doesn't everyone want to do that? You need money to do that. Like, you need money for that, which means you're going to need to step into the career force before. Now, of course, not everything's going to work like that. Some businesses will just snap just like that. You don't need extra disposable income. But most businesses, you're going to need some more income, which means you're going to need to step into the role of a career, not a job. The reason why I'm stressing this so much is because I just realized, I made this realization, today, this past week, I realized this, but today, it hit me really hard. And that's why I said this is one of the most important videos I've literally ever made, because it's something that I realized that if we had more people in society in general that were more motivated, more hungry, more driven, and worked careers that actually mattered, that actually did something beneficial to society, and less jobs, less grocery store cashiers, less valet parking attendants, less gas station workers. These are BS jobs. You're making literally $10 an hour. You can't even live off of that. You can't even live off of $10 an hour. And all those 3 jobs I just listed, you're getting $10 an hour. It's meaningless. It's like I said before, if you're working a job just for money and there's no money, there's no purpose or meaning behind it, it's a very good sign that you need to be hustling to get on a career, because that's going to give you a meaning and purpose with your life. Because like I said before, it's about money, but it's not. And the reason why is because if you're working that job just for money, it's just for money is just kind of it's amazing if you have it, but if you don't, then you're effed. So if you're just working for money, then it's you don't work something just for money. If you go to the military, you're not there for money, because I know a friend right now who's in the military. He's only making $1,500 every 2 weeks. So but he's not there for the money. Then he has a purpose, though. He has a purpose. he had a purpose of joining the military because, like, you know, he literally, I guarantee you that he learned way more. He served now like 6 years, I believe is the number, and I guarantee he's learned way more in those 6 years than he ever would have working a job. Now, people will hear this and they'll be like, oh yeah, well obviously, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, then why are you still working a job? Why are you still a cashier? Why are you... It's like, people just have no ambition with their lives, and it drives me absolutely insane. And that's why I make these videos too, to kind of put a fire under people, because like me, for example, I'm not that smart. I just like to work hard though. Like, I'm not smart at all. If I had somebody else's knowledge, like for me to do something, it takes me a lot longer than it takes the average person. Like, it's just how I work. Like, an average person can get something done quick. Like, they can think quicker than I can, and they can do things better, because like naturally. But the reason why I still get ahead is because I keep working hard and I keep like going. I get ahead of them. The problem is people have no ambition, so they get left behind. If regular people had ambition like me, they would be millionaires. 100%. 100% they'd be millionaires. And I keep like shitting on myself, saying, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that. But, I'm just saying the reality. It takes me longer than the average person to do some things. And if they had my level of ambition, they would easily be millionaires, because of how long it takes me to figure some things out than other people. Other people can just solve problems like this. Me, it takes me a little bit longer. I still get it done, but it takes me a little longer. And that's just part of how my brain works. And it's like, everyone's learning. We're all learning every day. And that's why I want to just share this information with you, to just light a fire under your ass to make you work towards your career. Because the more in society we have people working careers and less of jobs, we'll have more people that are actually happy and meaningful with their life. We'll have less crime. I mean, this is the whole idea with crime too. Like, this is why they have no job. They don't have a means to make money or purpose. And that's why they commit these crimes. There's no purpose. Why are they working these jobs? They're not working jobs. That's why they commit the crimes: robbery, stealing. Like, that's why there's crime. You have no purpose with your life. Like, what are you doing to be beneficial to other people? Because that's truly what your life is. Your life is, what are you doing that's beneficial to other people? That's it. It's not, what are you doing for yourself, or like, because your life doesn't matter as much as everyone else's life does. Like, that's society as a whole. So like, what are you doing for other people? That's the most important thing that the question you can answer for yourself is, what are you doing to help other people? If you're not helping anyone with anything, that is where a purposeless and meaningless life comes. When you have no work to do, nowhere to be, you have no responsibilities, nothing. You have freedom, but no money. It's probably one of the worst things ever. Probably one of the worst things ever. Contrary to that, having freedom and having money, but not having a purpose, also sucks. So let me go back, just in case you didn't catch this. If you have no money and no purpose, you are screwed. And if you have all the money in the world and freedom to do whatever you want at any time, but you don't have a job, you don't have any responsibilities, you're also effed. You're effed either way. The solution is a purpose. Because if you don't have anything to do, Like, people always say, oh, I want freedom. I want freedom. I want freedom. And yes, freedom is amazing. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants freedom until it comes time to be free. And then guess what? People say, oh, I'm bored. That's people. That is literally people 101. People 101. Oh, I want freedom. Give them freedom. Oh, I'm bored. That's literally people 101. That's why it's not freedom that you want, it's a purpose that you want. You don't want freedom, you want a purpose. And, I just kind of came by this realization this past week, and today it's coming in more, and that's why I'm making a 20-minute video on this, because it's literally the most important thing one of the videos that I'll ever make. And it's one of the most important realizations that I made with my life and just with people's lives in general. Because you can 100% say that a doctor's life has more meaning, more purpose, he's happier, he's more successful, etc., than a gas station worker. And every person would agree with me. If anyone disagrees with me, first of all, they're not smart at all, because it's pretty obvious that a doctor makes more money. And now, of course, family life, etc. is different, because you can still have a family working a gas station. That's completely different. But as far as money goes, as far as purpose goes, like if you work at a gas station, you have no purpose. I guess you can still have a family work at a gas station. You can still have a family be a doctor. That's probably just about the same. As far as money goes, doctor beats him. And as far as a purpose goes, doctor beats him. So it's like, we got the clear answer here. Doctor over a gas station worker. But at the end of the day, even if you do have a family with a guy, it's not gonna last. You can't, because you don't have any money. So it's like, if you have a family at a gas station, how are you gonna pay for the kid? You don't have any money to pay for him. We need more people to work careers than to work jobs. If we get that with our life, if we get this, and this is why I'm making this video, to help you realize this, and also to spread the message, and just to get more ambition in people to work careers and not jobs, we will be in a much better position with society as a whole. Because in life, if you have no purpose, you have no life. Your job is a meaningless slave. If you have a job, it's a meaningless slave. You are a meaningless slave if you work a job. If you work a career, your life has meaning. Take the money away. Let's say you make no money with a job or a career. That's why a career wins, because you have purpose. With money not being involved, you work both of them. The reason why the career wins is because there's a reason to get up in the morning. There's a reason to save somebody's life. Doctor, nurse, cop, firefighter, police, military. There's a reason. You have a reason. A reason is the most important thing. With a job, there is no reason at all. None. Besides to make that CEO more money. He doesn't need any more money. He's already rich. He's already a millionaire. You don't need your money. You're just a slave to him. He doesn't care about you. It's 100% true. That guy don't care about you. The CEO of all these grocery stores, they don't care about you. It's a meaningless job. It's dumb. Get people with more ambition in life. That's why I want to inspire you with this video. I really hope that if you watched this the whole way through, the whole 20 minutes, that if you actually got some ambition to do something with your life, as far as career-wise, work in IT, be a doctor, be a nurse, be a firefighter, be a cop, jobs that matter in society less, and don't work a job that doesn't matter. Gas station worker, valet attendant, grocery cashier. Like, we need purpose with our lives, or otherwise we have no life. I can argue that the people who work these jobs are way less happy than someone who helps people every day to do, to help people with their life. Like, wow, I saved somebody's life. Wow, I really helped this person today. That's going to make you way more happy than any alcohol, weed, all these pleasures. It's going to make you way more happy to have a meaningful and purposeful career than working a job you don't care about, which is what most people do. And then they go to alcohol, weed, whatever, when they have their free time. Like I said, I hope you got value out of this video. It's one of the most important videos I think I've ever made, and I really hope you got value out of it. It's something I realized this past week and today in general, as a whole. And I hope you learned something. Spread it around. Work a career, not a job. That's the video I have for you. If you like this video, like the video. Comment, share, subscribe. See you in the next one.